The purpose of this video is to review how to transfer a patient from the bed to the chair or the chair to the bed using a Hoyer lift. We would choose to use a Hoyer lift for a patient who is dependent, so a patient who is unable to assist with a transfer out of bed. We have different types of Hoyer lifts here at Sibley. Just make sure that whichever Hoyer lift you're using on your unit, you have a patient sling that matches your lift and that clips on securely to your type of lift. Every Hoyer lift runs on a battery pack. Make sure the battery pack is fully charged before you take it into the patient room. If it is not, you need to switch the battery out and put in the fully charged battery before you would take the lift to the patient. Every Hoyer lift also has the option of a base that can be narrow or made wider, both to fit around furniture and also that when the patient is being lifted, we would like the base to be as wide as possible to ensure stability when transferring the patient.
So for the actual transfer, you want to make sure that you have 2 staff members with the patient at least. We're gonna use this sling today, which is a single-use sling that we can use. And you want to make sure that the part of the head goes up here. That's where the tag is on the back of it. And then this part will go under the patient's thighs. So we'll show you how to do that here. Also, before you transfer the patient, you want to make sure everything's set up in the room. So you want to make sure you have the Jerry chair there as well and make sure that it's locked into place. So what we'll do is we'll flatten the bed. And then we'll bring the bed up just so it's a better height for us to roll the patient. So you want to make sure that you're talking the patient through the transfer so that they're not concerned about what's going to happen next. So we're just going to get you into this sling and then we're going to get you hooked up to the Hoyer lift and get you into the chair. So after you talk the patient through what you're going to do next, you're going to place the sling. You're going to roll the patient by bending their knee up, placing their arm across their chest and rolling them towards your other staff member. Then I'm going to make sure that the sling is at the top of their head. You're going to tuck it in. And then you're going to roll them back towards me. And bend the other knee. And we'll pull the sling out on that side and roll them back. The next thing you want to do is take these parts here and put them under the thigh. You just want to make sure they're not twisted. So you're going to come under and make sure that supported under the thigh. Okay, then you're going to take the Hoyer. Place it in the middle of the patient. You're going to take the big hook to get into there and then push down as I pull up. Okay. And then same thing up here. So now we're going to take the patient for a ride. As the patient's coming up, you want to make sure that their legs are supported, that nothing's twisted, that their head's supported. Once their bottom's cleared the bed, you'll have your other staff member help guide their legs. We'll start to pull them out. Then you're going to widen the base of support. And push the patient towards the Jerry chair. You want to get them as close as possible and then lock it. As you push down, you're going to push this handle here to make sure that their pelvis goes all the way into the back of the chair. Once they're in, you're going to pull these tabs up towards you to take them off. And then you can remove where and unlock and then pull up. Then you want to remove the sling from the patient. So you're going to come under their legs, lift it up to remove the sling from under their thighs. And then you want to have one staff member in front of the patient and the other one will pull the sling out. So we're going to pull her towards me. Good. So now we're going to talk about how to get the patient back from the chair to the bed. So first we're going to place the sling. And as I talked about before, you want to make sure this part is on the back and at the top of the patient's head. So in order to place the sling, we'll have one staff member come in front to help lean the patient forward. He's going to help you come forward. We're going to tuck this in. And it doesn't have to go under the patient, just have it as far down as you can, and then have the patient lay back, making sure that their head is supported in the sling. Then what you're going to do is take this part here, go under the patient's thigh, make sure that it's not twisted. So you're going to come under here, we're going to lift up your leg. Okay. You might have to do a little bit of weight shifting to get the sling under, so we can always do that as well. Okay. And then we'll get the Hoyer. And you want to make sure the base of support is wide so it goes around the chair. And then you'll have your second staff member help the patient put their feet up onto the Hoyer. So that we can get it in as far as possible. And then we're going to lock it into place. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll clip it into the Hoyer. You want to take the big hole first and then pull it down to secure the sling into the Hoyer. As you come up, you want to make sure the patient is fully supported and that there's nothing twisted. Once they clear the chair, you're going to unlock. You're going to back up. You're going to narrow the base of support so that you can fit it under the bed. Your second staff member will let you know if you have to go up with the sling.
Do you need to come up a little bit?
You want to make sure the patient is in the middle of the... So now that we get the Hoyer into place, we're going to turn the patient. You're going to help assist the patient's legs onto the bed. We're going to move the Hoyer in a little bit more and then lock it into place. As the patient comes down, you're just going to assist with their legs. And then you can unhook it from here by pulling the tab up. And then we'll remove the Hoyer. And then to take the sling out, we're just going to roll her like we did to get it in. So you're going to bend her knees up. You're going to roll towards the opposite side, and you're going to tuck the sling under, roll the patient back, roll towards me, and pull the sling out. And we're going to roll back.